Why do you think, and this is, for someone that's not in this space, why is lifting weights and building muscle so important to the whole weight loss program?
So I don't know if everyone on the podcast is listening to guys like Huberman or Peter Attia, and we have a lot of people talking about wellness, health, longevity, that kind of thing. It's not just about looking pretty anymore. It's about, I guess, not even when we talk about longevity, not even life extension, just how are the last years, the last decades of your life going to be? Are they going to be enjoyable? Are you going to be able to do the things that you want to do? Or are you going to be incredibly limited?
Play with the grandkids.
Right. Or even just be able to walk up a flight of stairs or get groceries or still drive your car, just, not have to be taken care of by somebody else. Just have some independence. Go enjoy time with your friends. So, even if not everyone is just trying to lose weight, right? A lot of people are. But just being ambulatory. If we're thinking about, I want to be able to walk when I'm 80 without a walker or a chair. This is where weightlifting and resistance training really plays a critical role. And it doesn't have to be a ton. If we're talking about just health, 2 workouts a week, maybe 3. That's what the World Health Organization recommends. And in my experience, we've gotten people looking beach ready on 3 days a week of lifting.
Wow.
Total body. I mean, that can be a lot of resistance training. You can do 2. And it doesn't have to be an hour or 2 hours in the gym each time. If you can't swing that, it could be 20 or 30 minutes, multiple days a week. Basically take small bites. But the big thing is, if you're getting started, don't knock yourself out with something that's way above your pay grade, that you can't recover from, that's extreme. Start with something manageable that you can succeed at. That's probably my biggest go-to for anyone who has a New Year's resolution. Small moves. You didn't arrive in the place you are now quickly. I don't know what the age of the audience here, but if you're 40, 50, 60, and you've never really been able to put in a good concerted effort, or if you were an athlete when you're young and you're taking a lot of time off, you're not jumping into a hardcore athletic program. That doesn't make any sense. And you're probably going to be discouraged. If you're going to crash diet to get things started for yourself, you're going to be very hungry very quickly. You're going to be eating very little food that's not sustainable. And you're probably going to be excluding most of the things that you enjoy. You're going to hate it and you're going to give up. So I would say if you have a New Year's resolution, it would be, how can I settle into this for the long haul in a way that's manageable for me?
Yeah.
And that I can expand into as time goes on. That's probably the biggest thing.
I think that's one thing, like if I looked at my journey and when I started, if I kind of understood more and how it actually works, I would have just started slower and progressed. And I think that's one thing people dig themselves a hole with, like they're jumping into so much cardio and so much restriction that there's nowhere for them to go. They're gonna plateau. And I've dealt with all sorts of this type of stuff in my journey. And if I had to start over, I would start over slower, moderate, limited amount of cardio, limited calorie deficit, and just kind of plug away. And then you can tweak stuff as you go.
Yeah, and success breeds success. If you pick something that you can win at, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself.
Right.
You bite off more than you can chew, and you start not showing up to the gym as many times as you committed. You're not walking 15,000 steps a day. You're only getting 4,000 steps a day, which is still good. Anything above 0 is good, mind you. And most of the health benefits you get from doing extra activity don't come from doing extreme levels of it. It kind of goes up and then levels off pretty quickly. And you get these kind of incremental gains at the top as you're getting more and more fit. That's not to say that being robustly fit, having a very strong heart and lungs and a strong body, isn't going to be more protective against risk factors for death and disease when you're older. But most of the benefit, like 80% of the benefit, comes from just going from 0 to like a quarter of that, realistically. So if you can just do that, you're way ahead of the game and you're doing yourself all kinds of favors. So I would just say don't be too hard on yourselves.